I don't know. I think going for the 50-50 mix-up mind games with the player-player interactions is a lot more interesting than up throw punch.
That's true. But that's what makes him better than Marth. As y'all said on Twitter.
I didn't say better than Marth. I said he beats Marth.
He actually, DK does beat Marth. I've played that matchup way too many times.
3, 2,
it's pretty bad.
1, go.
Just because
Lunchables made it look cool at Olympus doesn't mean it's easy.
Yeah, Thunders also doesn't do forward or back throw against Marth for some reason.
Or against
he
DK.
never throws him off stage.
He'll up throw, rising fair into down air, which is cool. But it's still like to get you in that position is pretty
nobody's
rough.
saying it's bad, Jake. We said he wins.
Yeah, I'm just saying, hit him up.
Fox beats Falco, barely. That doesn't make it bad.
But DK beats Marth.
Get out of here. We got a match that you're not a part of because Bowser is stupid, and I'm going to kill you.
Yep. So going back to Toon Link into Ivysaur, that is one of the reasons why it does make it rough, especially if you're going to play Ivysaur the way Studebacher does, which is working off of standstill positioning and taking care of these disjoints, or abusing these disjoints, I might say, is that the fact that Toon Link doesn't have to commit, even though he is using slight positioning to set up with bombs or using his initial hop for to pull it out, use for boomerangs, etc., it still makes it incredibly difficult for Ivysaur to get in.
Yeah. Ivysaur is good anti-airs, but the thing is, Toon Link doesn't want to approach you in the air. He wants to throw a bomb at you.
Yeah, exactly.
So Ivysaur is forced to shield a lot, and Ivy doesn't have a great wave dash game or out of shield game.
Yeah. But if Studebaker's punish game is on par with the top tier Ivysaurs, he should be able to zero death Toon Link just because he is at that weight.
There you go. There you get
yeah,
zero
exactly.
death.
Just hit him once.
Dude, get fucked up.
Yeah, and that's the rough
Plug
part.
your controller, dog.
But still getting into it, air control. So, I mean, Ivysaur does have pluses to this. He can limit the movement of Toon Link as he commits into the air to set up with things like Seed Bomb, but still, like we said, hard to set up when projectiles are coming towards you. So.
And when Toon Link is faster as
yes, that is true. Also, having things like a frame 2 jab beats out your frame 3 down tilt. So, depending on timing or in frame neutral situations, you have to be extremely careful. But you both have tether grabs, so range shouldn't be a complete issue except for just relative neutral.
Ivy definitely has a little bit of a range advantage, but
I mean,
it doesn't really matter because Toon Link's got the projectiles, he's got the speed.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, great to catch that jump, but still having the AGT. Yeah, and it's a little rough because at this point, because Ivysaur, or just how Studebaker wants to play Ivysaur, is so positioning heavy, Ivysaur gets somewhat Roy zoned in the aspect, like we saw that forward tilt earlier on in center stage not hitting. And it happens a lot with a lot of disjointed characters where it'll sometimes just immediately crush characters. Ooh. But Studebaker's still being in it, even though with this 85% deficit, just having to play these scramble situations, getting that grab.
There you go. Starting it off.
Yeah, but he definitely needed misjudging the DI and committing with his aerial drift. Yeah. That was just a lost opportunity, just because Apathy made sure to mix up his DI. And I know this has been a big demon for Studebaker as well, because I think if Studebaker loses this, overall, I think this is going to be a 3-0 for Apathy. Or Apathy has 3 set wins.
3 sets on it.
If that makes sense.
It's definitely rough, because Apathy's good, and Toon Link beats all of his characters.
This is true.
I wonder if he's ever tried his Falcon. Oh, never mind. Apathy plays Meta Knight too.
Yeah. I think RJ also, as a personality, somewhat the complete opposite of Studebaker, just because how he views the game is completely different. I think Studebaker is hard set on certain mindsets, and it's really hard for him to get past characters, as we saw. He's making, I don't know, just rough faces in this matchup just because it is more difficult for him. But RJ still has his grasp is more fun, if that makes sense. He just tries to have more fun with the whole set in general.
Apathy definitely has like one of the best mindsets. He's always screaming and laughing. Very beneficial when it comes to playing and improving.
Yeah. And I've talked to him on Card Rise. He says he just mainly does it just to get that stress off. Yeah, and you just can't be that hard on yourself. Oh.
There you go.
I don't know what happened there.
And he just accidentally tethered the wrong direction.
Yeah.
I don't know how he
It looks like he was standstill on the ledge, though, even though not grabbing it.
See, while Ian is playing this positioning game, he's a little too far. Apathy is pulling bombs, and the whole idea is you don't want him to pull bombs.
Yes.
Which, I mean, is easier said than done, especially on a triplat stage when Toon Link's faster.
Yeah.
But you need to hold center more and get closer and threaten his face.
Yeah. It's more that he's trying to get or push Apathy off at the long range when Ivysaur excels at the mid range. So a lot of the times, I mean, he is having a problem holding center stage, but that's also because he's running to the ledge to create that that long range pressure, if that makes sense, even though that's not what the character excels at. I think he mainly gets that from his Luigi because he tries to keep his neutral approaches ambiguous with wave dash back, wave dash forward. Just because he can boost that far, but because Ivy, like we said, excels in the mid-range, it just becomes fairly difficult.
I'm glad that Apathy, he did the jab, jab, grab. Because he used to 100% of the time jab, 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 grab. Every time.
Yeah.
When he was going for a grab. And I pointed that out to him. I was like, why do you pivot grab every time? And he was like, because I'm trying to get you to spot dodge. It's like, I don't spot dodge.
Yeah. And it just gives you time just to get out of that initial pressure from jab, jab. Because jab 2 with Toon Link is not safe, even though jab 1 comes out for him too.
Yeah.
Ooh, going for that anti-air, but because of the...
There you go.
Yeah, Studebaker taking a deep breath, hopefully getting to the shift of things. Oh, trying to set up, gets off stage, loses the double jump, but still back on. Sharking with that dash attack, and still playing that long-range space.
I want to see him wave dash forward after the, or in place after the boomerang, instead of backwards every time.
Yeah.
Because that's what's allowing Apathy to pull the bomb.
And we see that even with like Fox-Falco matchups, is that if Falco goes for the lasers, a lot of Foxes lose just because they respect Falco and they always wave dash back, giving him center stage more when they could just clearly contest, because it takes time for him to set up with the short hop bomb. Yeah, rolling back and still giving him that stage.
Oh, that should be it, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, and that's rough. I think it's just, it's more macro than micro, because I think Studebaker has it in him to pull it out. Come on, stop, Trey. I don't need this.